Okay, should we good?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
Ready to be unfocused?
Isn't that what I always am?
Yeah, but like this one, specifically is I'm aiming for more focus than last time, which is setting the bar real low, and I'm still just kind of hoping we clear it.
It would be real hard for us to be less focused than last time.
That was a shit show.
Yeah, like we have a list and everything now.
It's true. As we all know, lists are the ultimate in like planning.
Next up on the Bad Game Cast, top 10 of... I got nothing.
Top 10 of top 10 lists. Welcome to the special episode of the Bad Game Cast. This is Jason.
I'm Jake.
Yeah, try to contain yourself. This is the year in review. We did this last year and it was a disaster, so we're doing it this year. More as a see if we can actually do better, and also to spite our listeners because of how bad these episodes are.
I'm just laughing at your, like, sort of muted enthusiasm intro. Like, it's there, but it's also just, like, so flat.
I mean, you gotta really warm it up. Just start low and then crank it up through the episode. By the end, I'll just be shouting.
Bringing that half chub energy, I'm into it.
Real life caps lock. Get ready for it. So here we're going to quickly, briefly review and talk about some of the stuff we played this last year, as well as some stuff coming forward for next year. So, with the new year, we start by looking to what was. And 2019 was a year.
By definition, yes.
Yes. So for the podcast, we played a lot of things. I mean, we play whatever, like 26 games a year.
Yep.
Ish. Technically, no, because Kingdom Hearts actually took up multiple spots.
Yeah, okay. Not for this last calendar year. Assuming you go by the calendar year, not the weird, like, October start date that we count.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
Yeah, so we played, like 25-ish games, which always amazes me when I go back and look at the things we've played. And I am to the point where very few things stick out in my memory because of the endless slog of bad.
Oh my god, right? Like, it's so easy to forget half the shit we play with just, like, the shit that we're either doing or is coming up.
Yeah. So, we were gonna say the worst thing we played last year. And, because it's some fun debate or something. The problem is we played Bubsy last year.
Oh, yeah.
And Bubsy is a travesty unto nightmares. It is so bad.
Bubsy, flat out the worst thing I've ever played in my entire life.
Yeah. At this point in time, if somebody said, all right, you can play Bubsy or I'm going to rip one of your nails out with a pair of pliers, I'll be like, plier it up, my dude.
Yeah, give me the pliers. I'll do it my goddamn self.
Let's go. So Bubsy is the worst thing we played last year because Bubsy is the worst thing created. So outside of that, what was the worst thing we played last year?
Okay, I want another caveat there too, because we also played Kingdom Hearts. And it doesn't help that it's still so fresh, and Kingdom Hearts just, my god, took forever. So I want to say besides Bubsy and Kingdom Hearts.
Sure.
But for me, I don't know, I have a few written down here, because it was kind of a toss-up, and they're bad for different reasons, although they're all just bad. Like, The Quiet Man. God, I hated The Quiet Man. And, I think as I was playing, it wasn't that bad, and as time goes on, it just gets worse and worse. Like, it's boring and it's shitty and doesn't make sense. There's so many weird choices in it, and fuck Square Enix. Next game, Brutal Legend, because Brutal Legend, and that hard switch to this might be okay to, oh god, why RTS? What the fuck is happening?
That was so weird.
And then more recently, fucking Hellboy Skellyman himself with goddamn Vapor.
Oh, right, Vapor, man. Which is funny, because I actually, my worst game from the year, excluding Bubsy, it has to be Super Seducer. Special episode with a guest who now refuses to come on the podcast because of this episode.
I get that.
Super Seducer, we played 1 and 2. We haven't played 3 because, no. It's so creepy, and I can't get past that. It is so creepy.
It is. I didn't pick Super Seducer because, any game that you play, with someone else, because I had her here, we played it together. Like, that helped a lot. Like, it was creepy, but we were also making fun of it at the same time. And there are parts of it that genuinely made me laugh with just how fucking weird it is. Like, get that bitch a tree. Bitches love trees. Or a raccoon.
Yeah, but see, I see this and I'm like, one, I had to play it by myself and it's boring as sin and creepy. But two, if someone naive and dumb enough to actually think that this was like actual advice is terrifying. Like, to you and me, it's hilarious because we know not to do that. But to some weird 13-year-old who's never talked to a girl in his life and is trying to figure out what to do, and he sees this on Steam and buys it and plays it, that terrifies me.
Now, you would think that they try these sick moves once, and it blows up miserably in their face, as it should, because that is not how you treat anyone, ever. And that they learn from their mistakes, or that's how incels are born.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's why I have to go Super Seducer. I can't deal with that game.
At least they'll have the power of virginity and anime on their side.
Oh, God. So what was the best thing we played last year? This is an interesting one because there's a few options, I think.
Yeah, this I think because I have a couple down here too. Blades of Time was actually enjoyable.
Yep.
Really like that game. I don't know that I want to play the first one.
I don't. Honestly, I'm good with how weird and one-off-ish it was.
Yeah, exactly. Anthem, despite the clusterfuck that is Anthem, I enjoyed playing it. I liked the weird story when it worked. Which, like, trying to separate that out.
Yeah.
Assuming it worked, and like, even with the weird bugs that it had, and the god-awful loot drops, and like, it showed such promise. I enjoyed playing it. I enjoyed you and I going through, running through shit in our weird fucking mech Iron Man suits. Good times. Defiance was a good time.
Yeah, it's funny that a lot of the ones that I had better times with were these MMO type games. Technically, last year we played Destiny 2.
Yeah.
When it was free. And technically, we're playing, well, when this comes out, we're almost done playing Destiny 2. But we actually got some of the DLCs because they were on sale. And obviously the base game was free. So for a little money, Destiny 2 actually has been a pretty good time. It still has some issues. And I think there's some real late game issues where, again, we are now to this point where there's not a lot to do.
No.
Especially because it's the two of us and then the other person who might be on the podcast more in the future. But we only have 3 of us. And the end game, quote unquote, PvE content for Destiny is 6.
Yeah, with no matchmaking.
Yeah.
Which makes it a bit rough. Not that I would want to attempt a raid with 3 other randos who we can't talk to.
We got bows. We can do it.
Honestly, yeah. Because that Wishender, as of time of recording, is bugged as shit and is maybe the greatest thing ever. God, it's so fun to use.
It is so good. So that's, probably it. It's like, honestly, Destiny wasn't nearly that bad. I guess I'm going to throw out a little thing for Lichdom.
Yep, I was going to say Lichdom as well.
It really, honestly, was kind of okay. And we raced through it on the Twitch account. So, like, we didn't spend a ton of time with it, which I'm not sure if that was good or bad. I would honestly probably lean towards good.
I did more exploring around than you did.
Yeah. But, I don't know. It definitely kept me just kind of, like, going. And it's a weird game where, like, every time I would boot in, it would feel a bit slow, and then I would get into it. And, like, once I would be going, it was a lot better.
Yeah.
So it kept me going back, and I didn't ever feel terrible, like, yeah, booting up the stream, whatever. So I enjoyed that one. It's not great, and I see many places where they can improve. Kind of like Anthem, where there are obvious things wrong. And that doesn't mean doesn't have potential, but it just doesn't reach what it could be. And it makes me sad.
Yeah, it really makes me want somebody else to take a stab at that, like, first-person spell slinger, like, shooter, but with fantasy magic. Because, like,
I mean, that's kind of what it was.
That's really fun. And, like, the way that you could combine shit was super interesting. I wish there was more of it, but that's fine. I just want more people. Somebody else do that, please.
Yeah, it was an interesting concept that we don't see a lot of, and so that's kind of cool. And I always want to support people doing odd things, even if they didn't quite hit the execution. They did better than a lot of the things we played, because we played I, Divine Cybermancy.
Yep.
We were going to talk about most surprising things from the year, things you didn't expect, which I wanted to say, I didn't expect to get the Equestrian.
Right?
The person who sent it, you know what you did. Like, that just showed up at my house. So that was surprising in and of itself. And then also the actual game. When you have a terrible horse game, you have no idea what to expect. And then it turns out you're just playing DDR.
It's it's hard to be mad at that at face value.
Honestly, it was kind of funny. And like, I'm not even too mad at it. It's a weird bad horse game. It's not good. Don't play it. If you could find it, good luck. But it was an odd one. That's trash, that's trash, that's trash. Oh, look, all of this stuff is trash.
Weird. I don't have a lot for, like, surprising that wouldn't make it to, like, the best stuff we played for the year.
Or worst, because, I mean, Brutal Legend was quite surprising.
Yeah, it was. But honestly, like,
not in a good way.
Blades of Time, I was not expecting to have fun with it. And it was a fun game. I don't know, maybe Troll and I? Because, like, you hear how bad it is, and then, like, you sit down and you experience it for yourself, and you're like, there's no fucking way this got released.
Yeah, right? So, when you start up, and it's so choppy, like, you're getting a frame a minute, and you're like, no, there's no way. There's no way.
There's no fucking way.
That anyone thought, this is okay. I should release this.
God, Troll and I is so fucking good.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you've listened to every episode, you know it was a lot of garbage. But that's kind of how it goes. I would say, of the games we highlighted it as being kind of okay, that's really it. Like, any game we haven't mentioned is because it was both bad and forgettable. One for the PS1, Simpsons Skateboarding, Flat Out 3, Umbrella Crops. Like, there's all these things that just, they fall by the wayside.
Wow, I legit forgot about Umbrella Crops.
Yeah, right? That is how, like, just, this stuff hits you, and then it just, hopefully you can just let it go, because it's not worth holding on to that level of resentment, except about Sonic. Fuck Sonic.
Fuck Sonic.
And you're gonna hear that next week when the Sonic episode comes out, because fucking...
You'll know, because I'll be shouting it from the fucking rooftops.
New Year, new Sonic, and I hate everything.
All right, well, what about some of the shit we played outside the podcast?
Yeah, because we do, like, I love video games as a medium. So, like, this is the bad side. But what's the good side? And the good side is, funnily enough, I almost played no 2019 games.
Oh, same.
I don't know if it was just a combination of weird year in gaming, just games that weren't really my thing, or for some of them, the whole Epic Game Store and like release window things have kept me off of them. So like The Outer Worlds, obviously people have said good things about. I want to play it at some point, but I don't have it yet, so I can't say anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I want to play that, but I hear like
so that, you know, what is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice?
Yeah.
Supposed to be pretty good. Didn't play it.
Oh yeah, no, like I got a whole list of shit that I wanted to play. Yeah, you know, like Control. Like I'm that whole like SCP weird shit that it has going on. Oh my god, I'm so into that. But like I know how I am with games that I enjoy. See past Twitch streams where I just play Destiny on Thursdays. If no one's watching, I don't care because I get into a game and that's just what I play.
Yeah.
Like so, I'll just sit there and play through it, and it's especially end of the year. It's hard to devote the time to that, so I have to ignore it. Or like Jedi Fallen Order is a game that I want to play, but I'm not big on Star Wars. I'm more big on the like Souls-like game play.
Yeah.
Or Fire Emblem Three Houses. I love me some Fire Emblem, but I haven't picked that up.
Yeah.
And I can't say I'm waiting for a sale because it's Nintendo. It's never going to go on sale.
Never! Realistically, of the games that came out in 2019, I can only think of two that I have played. Two. And they're both indie games, which was Untitled Goose Game and Baba Is You.
God, Baba's You so good.
Which they're both, they're both these wonderfully small indie games that, as I said, they do interesting stuff that no one else really is doing right now. Untitled Goose Game, for, how funny it is, with you being a goose and harassing people, actively harassing people, like that is your goal. It's a stealth game. Like that is the gameplay.
Yeah.
It is stealth with mild, like, puzzle solving.
Yeah, it was like a stealth puzzle, right?
I don't think of many other stealth games right now.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. And then Baba Is You is a puzzle game that is a puzzle game that requires you to think sideways and use kind of almost programming nature thought type logic.
Admittedly, not that I play a lot of puzzle games, but I certainly have never played or seen or heard of a game like Baba Is You.
It does great things with just the concept of you not like solving a puzzle by like getting through it, but by fundamentally changing what the puzzle is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is great.
See, I put a decent amount. Well, I got to a point in Baba Is You where I couldn't progress anymore, and it was always, play a couple levels, hit a wall, come back later.
Yeah.
Wash, rinse, repeat. Not where I'm at now. I'm fucking stuck. That's just me.
Sure.
But like Remnant from the Ashes came out this year. I played the hell out of that.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah. Which I put in all the time that I played, just like in a few weeks span. I played the shit out of it and then walked away. And they've since released some more content for it.
Yeah.
But given the random nature of the worlds, I don't know how long it would take me to see it.
True, there is that. And so that's like part of it is the streams, take up some big chunks of time.
Yeah.
And I play old modded RPGs. If you haven't stopped by the stream, anytime you want to see me on Mondays and Wednesdays, I play Might and Magic. Modded versions of Might and Magic. Yeah, it's all your 1990 fantasies fulfilled. Yep, I'm gonna leave that like that.
What were my 1990 fantasies? You're not made out of pogs. Get the fuck out of here.
I actually am just a giant slammer pog.
You shit. I have my pogs. Like, don't fuck around, boy.
Oh boy. So yeah, it's a large part of my time is dedicated to those, and I love those. Don't get me wrong, but it's funny that I spend so much time playing these old games and then all these 2019 games. And honestly, I'd probably pick up a few of them over, Outer Worlds. I obviously already mentioned, but a lot of these I don't care about. Death Stranding, don't want to play that.
Oh no.
Pokemon Sword and Shield. I told my friends who are big into Pokemon, like I have a whole group of friends who are Pokemon people because I love Pokemon. For what it has been. Although Sun and Moon, I was less enthusiastic about. I played through the whole thing, but it was less enthusiastic. And then Sword and Shield basically just lost me. I don't care. No Garchomp, no game.
I mean, I have said, and on here, like I've been out of Pokemon for years, and I've tried since to play them, and I can't get back into them. I aged out of it, and that's okay. It's not for me. I understand that. Like they released the Pokemon for the children's. Let the little one-eyed bastards play. They have soft heads. It's fine.
I mean, yeah, basically at this point,
if anybody can get that line, tell me who said that joke. I cannot think of her name. God, she was funny.
Sure. Yeah. So that's really like I played almost no 2019 games. I played really old games and. I don't know, some like 2018 stuff probably, but I basically skipped 2019 as a year. Not big on the stuff that came out this year. This last year.
That's the problem I'm going to have going into next year with the expected new console generation, right?
True.
We're going to have shit that's wrapping up and like all of the next gen exclusives I'm going to miss out on because there's no way I'm picking up a fucking Xbox, right? That's just what they're flat branding from now on.
Right.
Yeah. The Xbox X or PS5, like I'm not... And a lot of that has to do with actually sitting down, having a gaming PC. I'd much rather just play on there.
Right. I mean, I've made this statement plenty of times. Since I've moved to PC, I really haven't looked back at all.
Yeah.
Having my PC is just so nice that I don't want to play on a console. So console exclusives annoy me, but they're getting less and less.
Yeah, they are. And like, same. Why would I want to play something on my console when I can have it on my PC? That I can have and then download on any like a fucking laptop, potentially. Depending on the game, of course. And I could take that shit with me. Whereas, like, if I'm doing any traveling, I'm not lugging a PS4 and Xbox One with me. That's ridiculous. Like the Switch, maybe. But like anytime I'm traveling, I bring my 3DS and never play it, so I don't want to bother with the Switch because then I'm never gonna fucking touch it. That's whatever, like travel bitching aside. But like I have my consoles, I have my console game collection that I've had for years, and I don't go out and specifically buy stuff to add to the collection. It's just whatever I buy that I know I'm gonna play. Otherwise, I'll go ham, and I can't afford that. Dear God.
Yeah, right.
Which is fine, but like I'm not, as it stands, interested in getting the next console generation, and it sucks because at some point we're gonna have to bite that bullet for some of the crap that comes out, and not next year, and probably not the year after, as they still support the backwards compatibility.
True.
Well, Xbox will, Sony, we'll see.
Yeah,
but hopefully by then the price goes down because I don't know what they want to charge for new consoles, and
a lot.
I'm sure.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. If you price out your PC, if the consoles want to actively compete with PC, which they say they do in terms of like power, they are going to be expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know how expensive, but expensive.
I think the scuttlebutt I was hearing as of time of recording was the Xbox One X, the fucking new one, Scorpio, whatever, is probably going to be around 600.
That was my guess, is that they're probably going to be around 600.
Yeah, and I'm sure the PS5 will be around there. And that isn't like no one's sure if they're going to do like a more hardcore version and like one without a disc drive again, or like a dedicated streaming box.
Yeah, I have no idea because I don't really know what to expect because I'm not sure what the consoles, like what their goal is. Right? Console gaming was huge and like that's great, but I don't know where they're at now. What with like phones and laptops and computers and everything, and just like what does someone who wants a console actually want?
FIFA or Madden, right?
Right. So how much can you get away with cutting the fat?
I don't know.
I know so many consoles have discussed, oh, maybe they'll go modular and let you upgrade, and then you're like, but then you just buy a PC.
Really? Yeah.
Just do that.
What are you even doing?
I don't know. I have and will always be a proponent of PC gaming. I like controlling my hardware. I like all the stuff it allows me to do. I like not paying for internet connected. Like,
ooh, see, there's my thing.
I've already paid for the internet. Why do I have to pay to get on the internet that I pay for?
Yeah, it's real hard to go back to paying, for Xbox Live or PS Plus when why would you? I can just have this on my PC.
Yeah.
And then it's already connected to the internet. I can just play my fun internet games there.
Which is why they've started to add like free games for, a month. And, every month they'll give you like a game to play because they need to add some sort of value because forcing you to pay to get on the internet is garbage.
Yeah, but they make a shit ton of money doing it.
Yeah.
No reason to stop.
But so yeah, speaking of 2019, I think what are you looking forward to game-wise?
For 2020, let's see.
Yeah. Sorry, looking forward to 2020. I don't even know years.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, we have 4 days and then Iceborne drops.
Yeah, so that's Iceborne?
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World Iceborne. It's bullshit that it didn't come out on PC until 2020, but I'm so in on it. I'm gonna play it a ton. I mean, whatever. We've both sunk over 200 hours into it already.
Oh yeah.
So great, new expansion, new monsters, new levels to get.
Yeah, can't wait.
Let's do it.
I have intentionally not looked at anything about it because, like, You know, my hype can only get so hard. Like it's whatever. Like fuck, tell me when I can give you money and then I can play it. I don't care about anything else.
Soon.
Doom Eternal
Got pushed back to 2020.
Yep, pushed back to March.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for everything else to stop when that comes out, because, you know, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I hope it lives up to 2016. That's really, because you never know.
That's very true.
But I loved 2016.
Oh, yeah, no, there's enough goodwill on that one that...
So, I'm ready for it. Doom me up.
Yeah. My fucking chainsaw hands getting twitchy. We just fucking, let's go. Last of Us 2, assuming it's releases next year. Yeah. Which, like, realistically, it will.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they're pushing it back to the PS5, so I think they basically have to get it out next year.
I think, because I don't know if it has a window yet.
Yeah.
But if they do release it, it'll probably be holiday, and it'll probably be tied in with next gen and current gen.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just to try and get more sales out of it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That and Minecraft Dungeons, just because that looks fucking fun.
It does kind of. I like it. It looks like some weird dungeon crawler Diablo thing.
Yeah.
But Minecrafty. I don't know. It's cheap. I'll probably give it a try.
I mean, I'm in on that gameplay. I don't really care what it looks like. Like Minecraft, anything doesn't really sell it for me. I like Minecraft, but I don't care about the art style.
Yeah. I mean, I've played a lot of Minecraft, so who knows? It'll be interesting to see, since it's like the first real thing that Microsoft will put out with the Minecraft branding since they bought it.
Yeah,
that it's like its own game, but is tied to Minecraft. So it'd be kind of interesting to see what their plans are for developing, I guess, like the Minecraft verse. They paid like $13 billion for this shit.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I know I've talked about it multiple times. Cyberpunk 2077. I like The Witcher 3 a lot. I might actually be playing back through that since I started watching the Netflix series.
I need to watch that.
So I might. It made me kind of want to play through The Witcher 3 again. So if I have the time, I probably will. And then so I like that well enough that CD Projekt Red has my attention. I like the idea of a big cyberpunk city to fuck around in. So looking forward to it. One of those things where, as always, I am willing to not buy things. There's a lot of things that I'm like, that sounds interesting, and I don't buy. So Cyberpunk's up there with, I'm assuming the reviews aren't like, this is trash. I'll probably give it a go. And then the one that doesn't have a release date, but I'm fairly hoping and semi-confident for 2020 is Hollow Knight Silksong, the sequel to Hollow Knight, which is the game that I have maybe talked about the most on this podcast, and I will talk about more. Because that Hollow Knight, though.
Hollow Knight, Your Ni no Kuni.
Yeah. So they look like good games that were coming up on 2020 for the podcast. I don't even know what to say. In 2019, I think the biggest changes for the podcast were what? When did we actually lose Alex? It was before 2019, right?
Yes.
So obviously Alex is gone. We picked up a few guests along the way. One of them, Elsa, is going to be on probably more frequently. I haven't talked to her as of this recording, but I'm going to be talking to her more about what exactly her plans are. Like, if she wants to be full-time, she might be. If you hate that idea, tweet at me. But, you know, we're more people, more opinions aren't a bad thing. And if we can get more banter, more looks at different things, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I would like to get from like her perspective on things. I think that'd be super interesting.
Yeah, so she'll probably be on the podcast more. Biggest, I think, development from 2019 was the Twitch stream. We stream 4 nights a week for various amounts of time. I stream quite a bit now. There's a weird group of Might and Magic people on Twitch. They hang out. We have a good time. Stop by sometime. Jake streams stuff.
I stream random shit.
Yeah, he hasn't really found like a thing.
No. I keep it more variety, it turns out. I have a hard time sticking with something.
Sure.
Because I really wanted to play through Icewind Dale. I forgot how fucking boring Icewind Dale is. And, I also don't want to save scum it, which, I don't feel nearly as bad if I'm playing it by myself. Fuck, I died. Reload. Which, I'm on stream. Oh, yeah, I died. Let me reload. Because I'm the biggest piece of shit in the universe. I can't fucking handle this. But I can't afford a goddamn Scroll of Resurrection. That's just fucking expensive. I need all 6 of my goddamn party members. Otherwise, we're never going to make it through with the fucking spiders, man.
Yeah, so Jake isn't good enough at video games to stream things.
I mean, no argument from me. Right?
But yeah, so we've been streaming. We picked up affiliate, so if you've got Amazon Prime and want to throw us those free Bezos bucks, yo.
Hey.
I am not above taking Jeff Bezos' money. In fact, I want to take Jeff Bezos' money. All of it.
I mean, I'd be fine with the percentage of it.
All of it. I will become the Bezos.
You're not buff enough? Or bald enough? Oh, is that a wig? What?
The Bezos.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we also added a Patreon, which some of you, shout out to everyone who supports us on Patreon. Seriously, it helps more than you might think.
It really does.
Just like, it's $5, it's $1. What'll they notice? We notice. It helps us pay for bad games that I don't want to pay for, but I end up paying for anyway.
Yeah, it really means the world to us that you support us enough that you want to give us money through Patreon.
I'm sorry about being a liar. We actually did record stuff, Magic content related, because it's just something that I am passionate about. I like Magic the Gathering. But then, the issue with Magic content is it gets outdated very quickly because of the endless cycle of bans and announcements and new sets and stuff that, by the time we would have released it, it wasn't relevant. So we're probably not going to try that again. That audio is probably just lost to the ether. I mean, maybe we'll release it if someone's really interested. But there is going to be a recording on Iceborne when that comes out for PC. We're going to talk about Monster Hunter because we both love Monster Hunter.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm probably going to do a quick hour discussion on Hollow Knight, which Jake has played, so I can probably use him as a sounding board just to yell my ideas at. But I love Hollow Knight, and I've played through it, I think, 3 times now.
Yeah, I've played through it once, and I've been picked it back up here and there, going for... I can't really say the 100%, but charms and shit that I might have missed, or if I'm sitting around, I'll restart it and just see how far I can get,
So I will probably do a more good game type thing. There is discussion of doing a bad movie because the Sonic movie exists, and I don't even care what reviews it gets. I'm gonna hate it because Sonic just fills my blood with rage.
Yep.
So if you ever see a news article about a couple guys at a Sonic showing fighting people, that might be us.
It's definitely us.
Yeah, because they'll be cheering when Sonic shows up, and I'm gonna just start swinging. Just innate reaction.
The question is, does anybody stop us coming in with a folding chair? Because the first thing I'm doing is throwing a fucking folding chair.
Oh yeah, that's how you start the fight.
You're goddamn right. In addition to actually coming up with Patreon episodes that won't be as quickly outdated, so we can get them up in a timely fashion. I said this last year, and I was kind of on the fence about it, but this year I'm going to get start putting stuff on YouTube. I want to start putting our streams up as well as get some content up for YouTube.
Sure.
As it stands, I've got a couple ideas, and Jason, I've got a couple that'll bounce off of you, but I don't have anything set in stone that needs the two of us as of yet.
All right. I mean, we've talked a little bit off camera about this, but yep. I mean, more places that we can throw content for people, whether it's just the Twitch VOD so that they don't, because they get taken down every 2 weeks, so you can actually watch me play through a whole game or watch you do something specifically, that those don't go away, or whatever content we want to produce about bad games, funny things in games, this and that, stuff.
Yeah, stuff and or things.
I don't think it's a bad idea. We'll see how much time it takes.
Oh, that's just it. Like, it's video editing itself is a time sink.
Yeah.
And I have my own personal YouTube channel, which is filled with terrible videos, and by filled I mean I might have like 10 or 20 up there. Like, I used to try and put stuff out, but it takes a lot of work.
It does.
And we're getting to the point with the podcast and the stuff that we do that we start seeing stuff back on it, so I can devote more time to podcast stuff, which is really helpful again with like Twitch and Patreon. Like, it's stuff like that lets us do more.
Yeah. I mean, that is inevitably like the end goal of all end goals, which, I mean, sure, everyone has, is that like, if we made enough on this to actually stop doing that boring day job, then I could actually, like, I would fully jump in on, YouTube and Twitch much more heavily. We could do all sorts of media. Then in the meantime, we're still going to keep putting everything out that we got. Yep. I mean, if we add something, great. Right now where we're at, I think we're absolutely sustainable with the Twitch stream and the podcast. If we can add like some other content, that'd be great. But if it doesn't get there, it's due to just time restraints.
Yep.
Until we eventually get anything figured out.
And remember, like we had said before, your support is great, but it's like, we're doing the podcast. It's what we do.
Yep. It's not stopping. If you don't, like, there is no pressure to join the Patreon, donate. Like, man, we need your money.
Nope. If you can't afford it, don't. We appreciate the listen.
Yep. We're going to make it. We're going to play through more bad games. And as always, if you have questions, comments, concerns, ideas, if you want us to play a game, get it to us. Not necessarily the game itself, but just if you jump on a Twitch stream and we're there, say hello and throw us whatever game it is you want to see us play. If you hit up Twitter at the Bad Gamecast, you can just tweet at me, hey, I've played this game when I was a kid and it was awful. Could you review it? Send an email to thebadgamecast@gmail.com. Hey, I don't want you to read this on air, but I have this game that I want you to play. Or you do want us to read it on air. We do that usually. Not for this episode. I don't have any questions right now.
I don't think we do emails on bonus episodes anyway.
Not usually. Partly because we don't get enough of them. But
hey.
That's it. I think really. The year in review is that 2019 was not a super interesting year for me in terms of video games. Like, we played a bunch of bad stuff. Some of it was actually okay, which was kind of surprising. A lot of bad things. But then the actual games industry, there was not much going on.
I had a similar comment or question to this on Reddit as I was responding to. Someone's like, oh, they just felt like this year was shit for games. And, I had said, which is a super middle of the road answer, I think this year was no different than any other year as far as games are concerned. Like, there was some really good stuff that came out, and there was also some shit that came out, and it might not have appealed to you like the stuff that came out. That's no different than any other year, really.
I don't know. I think this year was a bit down, but like not so down as to be an anomaly. I think this was just a lower point. I've had years where there's been a ton of great games that I love. This is not that year.
Oh yeah, no, like there's
happens.
Shit that came out that I would probably love that I just didn't play, and it's whatever. I'll get to it, or I won't.
Yep. So that's I think that's it. 2020. We got Sonic is the next. It's the new year. You should know this is coming, and I'm gonna give you a quick preview. It's bad.
What? Sonic? No.
Yeah.
Well, you covered the Twitter and email. It's Twitch, twitch.tv/thebadgamecast, Monday through Thursday. We start 6:30.
Depends on the day, yeah.
And we go to sometime. Streams almost always more than 2 hours, sometimes just 2. If I finish a game, then usually at that point I'm done.
Yeah. I tend to stream more than Jake does, but that's because I just sit there and play these really old games. and hang out with chat.
Yeah, I will be looking into games that don't require an online connection, so hopefully the stream's not shit, although that is something that I've been working on, and I think it's better now than it was.
Yeah.
But, that's whatever. You can tweet at me, at Jake Prey, and we also have the Reddit page. It's the Bad Gamecast, or You, the Bad Gamecast, if you feel so inclined to get a hold of us on there. We will both see it. All the episodes are posted there in nice order, so you can see what episode is what when it comes out. I wish I did that when we uploaded them literally anywhere else, but that's not how that works, and it's too late now. We got to keep it consistent.
Oh yeah, if you couldn't tell, like, when we decide to do something, it's usually a spur of the moment decision, and it just starts happening. Like, Reddit was like, oh, I guess we're doing this now. And Twitch, which, Lord have mercy, we are so bad with Twitch.
Yeah, we are. Or Facebook.
Yeah. Don't even mention the Facebook, because they give me shit on Twitch. People will come into the Twitch chat and just be like, yeah, I see that Facebook's updated. And I'm like, screw you. I told you it's not updated.
Holy shit, do they?
Yes!
That's amazing. Seriously, why don't you fucking update the Facebook when you even do it?
Now it's out of spite.
Hold on. I maintain, if we're getting a third, that she should be our social media coordinator, and Facebook is now her job. Because she's so good at Facebook.
All right. Is there anything else left to say?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, that's the special episode. It was special. Hopefully it was marginally better than last year. It had to have been, right? I haven't listened to last year's episode, but I remember it being just a shit show.
This was more directed than the year previous. And maybe the year before that, because it's usually a shit show on these ones.
I mean, realistically, most of what we do is just like a targeted shit show.
Yeah. Can we get that on mugs? Targeted shit show?
I mean, yeah, we could print out there's still no merch store. We haven't looked into that at all.
Nope.
If we do, I guess we'll let you know, but like that is not even crossed our minds really. I mean, it's crossed our minds, but only in so much as, okay.
This would be cool on a shirt.
And never like, hey, maybe we should actually have some merch. No, that has not actually crossed our minds.
All right, but realistically, oh my god. Merch.
Like, we have to figure out which merch company we would go with, because there's a ton of them.
Yeah.
And then we have to actually figure out designs, and then we actually...
you have to get inventory, and then storage, and then shipping, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not that we haven't given it any thought, but it's not, nope, not there yet.
It is not. So, yeah, that's it. Go out, be merry. It's a new year. It's a new day. It's a new life.
Achieve the day.
Achieve this day and every day for 2020 and all of the 2020s. What do we call it? If I say the 20s, I assume that gets the point across.
Yeah.
Roaring 20s Part 2?
No, I assume you mean the millennium.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Send us out, Jason.
No, we're already out. That's it. We're just ending on weird dead silence.
Fucking love it. Am I editing this so I can add this at the end? Like, it'll just be dead silence, then music, and then us talking again?
Yeah.
All right, I'm in.
I really, at some point, want to throw, like, the end credit music in, like, the middle of the episode. Someone will look and be like, that's weird. Like, where it sounds like we're wrapping up, and then they look and there's, like, 40 minutes after the end credit music.
Oh, no, like, I've been waiting for at some point when I was just like, that's it, fucking, we're done here, end it, and then just cue the music right there, for, like, 3 seconds, and then...
Yeah. The power of editing that we could do but choose not to because of laziness.
Now, to be fair, we have added sound effects in before,
That's
like
true.
Our Clean Christian episode, or that time that you had bees coming out of your mouth, because it's a pain in the ass to normally edit that shit out.
Yeah, right. So, I mean...
Which, I don't know how well that joke played.
I have no idea. I don't listen to the podcast. Are you kidding me?
Well, because like as I did it right, and like I understood what was happening, but it's like I could see like somebody just figures it sounds like static. Like if you're like kind of half listening, like what the fuck is that? All right, fuck. We're done.
Done.